Hey everybody, Spiritual Healer Kimberly here. Let's get through the first couple things. Okay. And today is Root Chakra Monday, and welcome. I welcome everyone. On Root Chakra Monday, we talk about, from a spiritual perspective, who we really are as a humanity, as a person, as an individual, as a self. We reestablish and restructure and strengthen the foundation of who we are according to the Most High Creator. And from here we begin a forward journey of not only recognizing and remembering who we are according to the Most High Creator and rebuilding and strengthening that foundation, but then we move along a path which assists us in creating more joy, more authenticity, utilizing the God spark within us in our heart chakra, moving into our ability to communicate, our ability to understand intuition and spiritual wisdom, to the eventuality of us all coming together, sharing all of our strengths, taking up for each other's weaknesses, and becoming all that we can be in the most peaceful, unified, prosperous way going into the future. On Root Chakra Monday, we talk about who we are. Because so many times in life, people have created this persona of who they are, more built around what's necessary for our day-to-day survival, how I'm supposed to be at this age, how I'm supposed to look at this age, how my finances are supposed to look at this age, what type of job should I be having at this age, where do I properly spend the money that I'm making at this job, how do I squeeze myself in? And we begin to structure ourselves around our external circumstances that cause our way of life. And we begin to form a mask, adapting to our situations and circumstances. And when we do that, unfortunately, because of what our external situations and circumstances have become at this juncture, we're cultivating a lower level vibration, a lower level understanding. Rather than seeking our excellence, we are allowing ourselves to be subdued and limited by following what it is that society says that we should be doing. Unfortunately, too, that destabilizes our identification of who we really are, what we really want, and what brings us the greatest amount of joy. Part of the forward motion that we as a humanity are experiencing at this time is that the world around us and the universe and the galaxies are changing into a different way of understanding, a different spirituality first kind of thinking process. With that thinking process, it's a higher level energetic vibration carried and created by an increased spiritual understanding and wisdom, first about self and then others. As we recognize our need to grow spiritually in order for us to maximize the outcomes and the potentials of everything we create from today on out, means that we simply must get back to the basics of who we are before everything else. Before anything else, we were created, all of us, by one Most High Creator. Before religion, before political preference, before nationality, before color, before everything. We were a collective of people, brothers and sisters, born of one Most High Creator in the likeness of Him, which only intended us to live a life fearlessly, full of creativity and strength, and integrity, of upholding the Most High Creator's intentions for us as a humanity. Up till now, we've worked very, very hard to get us where we are. Our next step is indeed the next era of spirituality. In my experiences, my endless search for becoming the greatest I can be, I've learned one thing, and one thing predominantly clear over and over and over again. The only outcomes that are beneficial to myself and to others of any of my aspirations must first have to have been rooted within my understanding of who I am according to the Most High Creator, and going from there. When we begin a journey of self-improvement, it's important for us to acknowledge the one and the only one who has that level of information to provide us so that we don't fall into pitfalls, so that we don't run into roadblocks, so that we don't create things that are not good for us, and no longer utilize things in the fashion in which they were created, which no longer serve our purpose. But that can only be done once we discover once again who we truly, truly are. When we ask the Most High Creator exactly who we are, and He shows you His own magnificence, greater than perhaps you've ever known before, and how that He has created us in His likeness to be able to co-create beautiful, miraculous things with Him, where the highest level of energetic vibration is attained, so that we remain in alignment with the Most High Creator and manifesting His intention for the greatest benefit of ourselves, our families, our communities, and all of humanity. A lot of people are fearful, thinking that the simple question to the Most High Creator would be one of sacrifice or scolding. But the truth of the matter is that the Most High Creator doesn't see about us, or think about us, I should say, the same way we think about ourselves. You know, we were taught that if we did something wrong, then it was a sin. And indeed, there are so many things that could be classified as sins because of the atrociousness of it. But also, it was created, that situation was created specifically for the people that were involved, so that the Most High Creator could enable their highest level of understanding and growth through the education of the experience. He knew in advance the outcome. He allowed you to experience the education so that you may learn, so that He may present you with the next new education to get you to the next level. But so many of us are so fearful of being judged by Jesus or judged by the Most High Creator as not being good enough, as being sinful, as being worthy of sacrifice and pain, when the reality is He's simply trying to help us become better by strengthening who we are because of who He is. Sometimes we view ourselves as unlucky or unloved or uncreative or fearful or anxious or depressed because of the educational experiences, the challenges that have been presented to us. But the reality is He's just waiting for us to grasp the understanding about how fearless and lovable and magnificent and creative and capable of manifesting absolutely anything in alignment with Him at His highest vibration And simply, he's teaching you how to do that personally through your life experiences and your life cycles. On Root Chakra Monday, we discuss our foundations. We are who we are. We are limitless beings capable of all things. And where the root chakra comes in the chakra system altogether is that each one of these ideas, these spiritual ideas, is connected with this invisible, personal, energetic system that we have within our bodies that is driven by our emotions and our thoughts, with the energetic vibration that it produces as a result. And it affects individual chakras based on the idea of what it is from a spiritual perspective. And furthermore, it allows our attention to the chakras, allows us to open up and heal the chakra systems within us, so that as we're growing spiritually, we're also maintaining this energetic vibration in a positive way for our health and for our bodies and for our continued spiritual growth. I deal with the 7 basic chakras only: root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. And every day of the week we approach a different one and the spiritual lesson and understanding attached to that chakra. Now let's get into some ditty, okay? The root chakra and its correct performance or non-performance affects our adrenal system, which is that fight or flight. It's a regulation of the hormones that make us feel like that knee-jerk reaction that we have for protection, the one that we have developed as a result of our life circumstances, right? It also regulates the salt in our body, regulates our metabolism, and regulates the adrenaline, and that's the fight or flight response. Okay, so as we're paying attention to the root chakra, we're also helping to heal our adrenal system. An underactive root chakra would keep you fearful and locked in, hermit mode. And an overactive root chakra would cause you to believe that your foundation is something it's not, and be acting from a different foundation than what's truth according to the Most High Creator. Okay? But when we're running, our root chakra is responding to that increased energetic personal energy vibration that we're creating at this level of spiritual wisdom. When it's running correctly, when it's spinning smoothly, it helps us feel that stability. It calms our knee-jerk reactions, our fight or flight responses. It helps our whole digestion system work better, so that what we're eating is assisting in the grand plan. The exercise that we do is assisting in the grand plan. And now we're integrating this final piece of ourselves, this understanding of our personal energy vibration. We're affecting it in a positive manner. We're learning how to heal our energetic system as well as our physical body with this final integration of self. It's beautiful. Now, with each chakra, there's different things that align with it that have a matching energetic vibration that assists us in balancing the energy that's now arising as a result of our spiritual wisdom, our understanding really for the very first time who the heck we are. And like really onboarding that. Do you know how magnificent and freeing it is to finally, maybe for the first time, understand that everything you ever needed was already provided to you as part of the Most High Creator, and we simply must acknowledge our own greatness in order to proceed? It's okay to be a little bit snobby about it. You know what I mean? I am a child of the Most High Creator, and I am a limitless, loving, kind humanitarian of an individual on this planet, darn it. And that instills within me a certain level of confidence and assuredness that all things will be fine, because I no longer am simply relying on myself and my own idea of who I am or what I should be doing and why, but I'm relying on the Most High Creator to fill in all of those blanks for me and work with me in all that I would find joy in doing. Now that creates an amazing personal energy vibration response. And as that's coming in, there's certain things that we can do to help us balance. First, our understanding about how we're affecting ourselves is vitally important. Knowing that our energy vibration is increasing and it's not anxiety that you're feeling or depression or fear, but excitement about the possibilities and the opportunities of this understanding. That alone brings an energetic vibration, and your body will feel it. But know that it's an excitement, because as we reconnect ourselves back to who we are before anything else, all the way back to the very origin of our beings, our body recognizes us, remembers us, and is excited to see us, because we've been working hard and building masks for a really long time. The body, our soul, our whole being just rises in excitement at the final integration of our remaining selves. Now, some of the things that we have that can assist us are, number one, colors carry an energetic vibration. And the color for the root chakra is red. Okay, so you wear red, carry red, eat a red lunch, drive a red car, use a red notebook or a red pen. Any way that you can introduce red into your day, you will be helping to balance the incoming energetic vibrations caused by your new sense of self. Okay, look, I have earrings that are red. Okay, now also I use crystals. Again, there's millions of crystals, and you'll find with me, I dumb this all the way down, because being our most authentic selves, our highest vibrational spiritual selves, is easy. We overcomplicate a lot of it. So I've gone ahead and I've done a lot of experimentation and research, and I've boiled it all the way down to the very basic necessities. And I hope you're with me here. Okay, now the crystals that I choose to use, let me introduce them all real quick. The clear quartz for the magnification of purifying energies. The red jasper, which helps us for grounding ourselves and our energies. The tiger's eye, which assists in grounding as well, assists us with self-confidence, and also amplifies the positive benefits of all the surrounding crystals. The green aventurine, which amplifies the heart chakra. This is my favorite stone. And it also helps repel all external electromagnetic frequencies. Lapis lazuli, which assists us in our communication abilities. Amethyst, which helps regulate the incoming information and the application of our newfound wisdom. And the black obsidian, which helps repel negative energies, as well as increases the positive energy vibration of all the surrounding crystals. Now, on root chakra, I use the black obsidian, the red jasper, and the tiger's eye. Actually, I use these three for all three of the lower level chakras, being the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus chakra, because you'll find that our chakra system is much like a daisy chain. If you think about how electric wiring works in a house, you either run from the electrical box directly to each outlet, or you run one line to one room and from one outlet in one room, and from that outlet you then run to the next outlet and the next outlet and the next outlet, and that's called a daisy chain. Well, our chakra system operates very much like a daisy chain, being fully dependent on the optimal operation of the previous chakra. Okay, now the 3 lower level chakras that are the most important foundational chakras that we can develop in order for us to correctly reach our correct heights at the heart chakra. So many things that I have are the same to give us the extra boost. Okay, now there's also a suggestion on what we consume, what we eat every day as a focus to further assist the balancing of the chakra and to assist the health benefits that are associated with the endocrine system, in this case the adrenals, on Root Chakra Monday. And today is lean meats and proteins. Okay, and what you'll find on the Club Gig feed is that I have posted menu suggestions from breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and they'll be available every day as an idea, a menu idea to follow along with the suggested food plan. Okay, so today I will post breakfast, lunch, and dinner that is leaning more on the lean meat and protein side of things, and indicate what part of our bodily system we're assisting with that. And I post those every morning, so if you want to follow along, it's actually my own personal menu plan, what my intention is to eat on those days. So I pre-do my menu, and I'm sharing that with you for some inspiration maybe. And I also look to keep it low fat for myself, heart healthy, and economical. So like I try to do every meal $10 or less. The closer to $5 I am, the happier I am. Okay. Also, I have created a very, very basic, anyone can do it, exercise program that is also reflective of the healing and the clearing and the allowance of our body to allow our energy to flow as it should. When our energy does not flow as it should, like if it gets to the root chakra and it's just like all blocked because our body's all blocked, then as much spirituality as we learn, we're still blocking ourselves energetically and not helping ourselves as the best that we can. So the 7-day journey is both cerebral and action oriented. So the plan of exercise that I developed in the beginning is very low key, stretching, balance-based exercise, some walking, but then I also move into creative type of exercise, okay, throughout the week, thoughtful type of exercise that corresponds with the wisdom and education gained from a spiritual perspective as it relates to that particular chakra, okay? And I have also created a post where every morning I will post which exercise is of that day, surrounded by a little bit of helpful information about why it's important that you perform that very basic amount of exercise for yourself every day. Okay, so go ahead and look for that on the feed. Every day, let me go back here. When I began my journey, like really dedicated myself, it was in 2014. At that time, I recognized how when I asked angels for help, I received it. And there were specific angels that I was led to who were particularly helpful in my journey, in my cycling, in my understanding, in my self-care, in my love, in my humanitarianism, in my everything. So there was 18 of them. So what I did was then go over each one of the archangels and really pinpointed which of the archangels that we can ask for assistance on each chakra day. Okay, so today the archangels are Archangel Michael for protection, Archangel Ariel for protection and to fulfill our basic needs, and to Sandalphon, who helps develop closer connection with the Most High. And all of these things are indicative to Root Chakra Monday, that feeling of security, of being protected, of having all of our basic needs met so we are never without what we need, you know, for our ability to connect and understand the Most High Creator so that we may finally see, again, maybe for the first time in our whole lives, exactly who the heck we are, so that we can build our lives from there. Okay, now the next thing that we do is go have a reading from the Course in Miracles. Let me introduce that to you. I was introduced to A Course in Miracles by a very dear friend who acted more like a life coach for me for a very long period of time, many years. And when it was time for me to be the birdie that was kicked out of the nest, she sent me this book. And I immediately sat down, and it's like 1,000 and some pages. It took me a whole week nonstop reading. It's the text, a workbook, and a teacher's manual. And it literally changed my life because it helped me bring together all of the spiritual understanding and the proper perspective that enabled me to begin to develop my authentic way of living. When I connect with you spiritually during these times, I simply ask the Most High Creator what it is that He would like to share with you through me. And I close my eyes and I flip the pages, and wherever I land, I read. And quite typically, it's normally something that we really needed to hear based on the content of the day. So let's do that right now for today, for Root Chakra Monday on July 29th. Oh, and I wanted to mention this too. Today is July 29th, 2024, and I'm big time into, figuring out the numerical value of the date. And what you do is write it all out. So 7/29/2024, you add all of the individual numbers, like 29 isn't 29, it's 2 plus 9. So it's 7 plus 2 plus 9 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4, right? So when we add up all of the numbers from today, it's a number of 26, and then you further reduce it until you reach a single digit, which in this case, 6 plus 2 equals 8. And 8 is the day which is active application of our spiritual understanding, where we allow ourselves to onboard the wisdom of the Most High Creator and accept who we are according to Him before anything else. And as we begin to onboard that, more liberally apply that as we go forward in our day-to-day mannerisms, habits, and behaviors. And we support one another to become all that we can be. Okay, let's see what the Most High Creator has to share. Would you like for me to share with the collective today? I landed on chapter 26, which is another 8 day. And by the way, 8 is infinity. So our active application of our new spiritual wisdom brings about creations that are beneficial for all and have the maximum capability of sustaining into eternity. And it just so happens we're landing on 26, also 8, and it's entitled The Transition. Go figure. And this is section 9, and it's entitled For They Have Come. Let's read. Think but how holy you must be, from whom the voice for God calls lovingly unto your brother, that you may awake in him the voice that answers to your call. And think how holy he must be when in him sleeps your own salvation, with his freedom joined. However much you wish he be condemned, God is in him, and never will you know he is in you as well while you attack his chosen home and battle with his host. Regard him gently. Look with loving eyes on him who carries Christ within him, that you may behold his glory and rejoice that heaven is not separate from you. Is it too much to ask a little trust for him who carries Christ to you, that you may be forgiven all your sins and left without a single one you cherish still? Forget not that a shadow held between your brother and yourself obscures the face of Christ and memory of God. And would you trade them for an ancient hate? The ground whereon you stand is holy ground, because of them who, standing there with you, have blessed it with their innocence and peace. The blood of hated fades to let the grass grow green again, and let all the flowers be all white and sparkling in the summer sun. What was a place of death has now become a living temple in a world of light. Because of them, it is their presence which has lifted holiness again to take its ancient place upon an ancient throne. Because of them, the miracles sprung up as grass and flowers on the barren ground that hate had once scorched and rendered desolate. What hate has wrought have they undone. And now you stand on ground so holy heaven leans to join with it and make it like itself. The shadow of an ancient hate has gone, and all the blight and withering have passed forever from the land where they have come. What is 100 or 1,000 years to them, or tens of thousands? When they come, time's purpose is fulfilled. What never was passes to nothingness when they have come. What hatred claimed is given up to love, and freedom lights up every living thing and lifts it unto heaven, where the lights grow ever brighter as each one comes home. The incomplete is made complete again, and heaven's joy has been increased because that its own has been restored to it. The bloodied earth is cleansed, and the insane have shed their garments of insanity to join them on the ground whereon you stand. Heaven is grateful for this gift of what has been withheld for so long, for they have come in to gather in their own. What has been locked is opened. What was held apart from light is given up, that light may shine on it and leave no space nor distance lingering between the light of heaven and the world. The holiest of all the spots on earth is where an ancient hatred has become a present love, and they come quickly to the living temple, where a home for them has been set up. There is no place in heaven holier, and they have come to dwell within the temple offered them, to be their resting place as well as yours. What hatred has released to love becomes the brightest light in heaven's radiance, and all the lights in heaven brighter grow in gratitude for what has been restored. Around you, angels lovingly to keep away all darkened thoughts of sin and keep the light where it has entered in. Your footprints lighten up the world, and where you walk, forgiveness gladly goes with you. No one on earth but offers thanks to one who has restored his home and sheltered him from bitter winter and the freezing cold. And shall the Lord of heaven and his Son give less in gratitude for so much more? Now is the temple of the living God rebuilt as host again, to him by whom it was created. Where he dwells, his Son dwells with him, never separate. And they give thanks that they are welcome made at last. Where stood a cross stands now the risen Christ, and ancient scars are healed within his sight. An ancient miracle has come to bless. Goosebumps. And to replace an ancient enmity that came to kill. In gentle gratitude do God the Father and the Son return to what is theirs and will forever be. Now is the Holy Spirit's purpose done, for they have come at last. Amen. And you know what? I don't want you to confuse this for a minute. We've all been taught to wait for the arrival of an external force. when you recognize your own magnificence, you also recognize our responsibility is not to sit and wait, but to utilize that greatness to build and create the Most High Creator's intention through our own joy, which we learn about tomorrow in Sacral Chakra Tuesday. They have come because they have come within us. Our recognition of self and who we are according to the Most High Creator, with the guidance of our brother Jesus, of all he showed us that we're capable of, and the discernment and guidance provided by the Holy Spirit in our journey and our walk in joy and creativity and love, is what has come first to ourselves, and then through us to our families, our communities, and to humanity as a whole. I'm a Christian. I was born and raised Methodist, but I'm also a spiritualist. I have found through the theory of life, by testing, experimenting, educating, studying, active application, validation, failures and successes, that our greatest way, our greatest strength lies in the knowledge of the greatness of the Most High Creator, in unlocking our thinking and allowing ourselves to understand that our great Father has been doing nothing other than what a father would do, and that's teach us to become the best that we can be. So today, be that. Think about it. You feel afraid? You feel afraid to accept all of your greatness and all that it can be? You don't need to take my word for it, and you don't need to sign on to a thing I've said. But if you have the love of the Most High Creator within your heart, I simply ask you to ask Him yourself. Because nobody can tell our future. Only the Most High knows where we're headed. And quite frankly, there's no one else that I would trust with that level of influence over my life than the one I was created by. So again, don't believe me or anybody else. Ask Him yourself. And before long, sometimes right away, sometimes over a flurry of synchronicities and happenstance, He gives you His answer. You will not be disappointed, because He sees the mask you wear and looks right past it into the beauty of all that you are. I love you, and I'll be talking to you throughout the day. Please join me. clubgig.locals.com. Bye for now.